get another one.
And there's the skeleton of Tiddles. I couldn't be bothered to go and get a ladder.
No, but it's the same. A few weeks ago, everyone was making a fuss over that sheep. That was the first cloned sheep, and it died. Clone another one.
Oh wow!
If only you could do the same with Mountaineers.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks the same. The beard's the same. They all look like Brian Blessed.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Did I ever tell you about the time that my father, when I was younger, we went on holiday? My dad he'd bought a little boat. Little sort of wooden boat, make a 3-seater, and he and a friend of his went out with me in the boat. I was maybe 12 or 13. Went out, and we sort of I think we were on we had a little motor, outboard motor, chugging out. We just thought we thought this was real seafaring stuff.
Brilliant.
We'd lost sight of the beach because we'd gone round a corner of like a mountain, or like a like a cliff, and so we were just round the corner, and there was this boy just floating in the water, not a boy, but you know, like a boy, and very tricky to explain that on the radio. It's the same word, isn't it? Boy, a boy, and a boy.
Yeah.
And so we float past that and we're just chugging along. The motor conks out. Oh, I can't believe it. We have to row back in. So they're rowing away, I'm just sat there. And we noticed that every time we sort of think we've got past this buoy, it just seems to be back where it started again. We realised that the tide is taking us to, but not taking us out, taking us towards these rocks. And it was got ravaged rocks. And we were a bit pretty scared, because I can't swim very well, I couldn't at the time. I think when my dad had maybe bought, you know, he didn't, I'll be honest with you, I inherited a lot of things from him, one of which was his carefulness with money. just the one life jacket.
How deep was the water?
Which I seem to remember he tore off my back and put on himself. So the water's pretty down. I mean, you know, I'm not saying we would have necessarily died, but it was pretty scary, because the boat, you know, we were going to go crashing into these rocks and stuff. It was getting pretty unnerving. And so they're sort of rowing like mad, trying to we're just not making any progress, and we're beginning to think that this might be the end. And, this boat, this kind of ferry boat, comes chugging by, doing tours, ching, 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 ching. And it comes by, and my dad goes, oh wow. We were going, brilliant, they can help us, they'll throw us a rope, they'll tow us back in. He was going, you gotta be careful though, hang on, because according to the laws of the sea, if he rescues us, Steve, he can claim my boat. The laws of the sea mean he can claim my boat as salvage. That's like a reward. Doing that. But what I like is, his 12-year-old son might die, he's thinking about the boat.
I know, but also, the other thing, of course, is that I like the idea of this ferry master going,
yeah.
The boat be mine now, or take your son.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
I need a new bed. That'll be just right. King size.
Oh dear, that's lovely.
So we've done a lot of stuff today. We've covered.
We've done Arnott's Minge. We've done. Oh, what else have we done? We've done Chop Your Bollocks Off for Free.
Yeah. We've done the operations for £5 which I'm not happy about.
Yeah. Leave the cat up there.
Spend money.
We've done most stuff. I think we've done a lot. We still haven't done Forrest Gump in a wheelie bin, but we can leave that till next week if you want.
See, I still think there's something in the spending money in areas that it's not needed. Like, well, you know, the fella, if you've only just tuned in, you've missed a debate about a fella who needs his tackle taken off.
A debate makes it sound like it was a bit more informed than it actually was.
Well, and I'm just, you know, all that time, that was probably half an hour ago, and I've still been thinking about other things that it would be good if more money could be ploughed into things. Well, I was looking, you know, I'm a fan of going on the web and that.
Sure.
And these inventions, right? We were talking about a few weeks ago, inventions that are out there, and there's some that, you know, are well known by famous people who have brought stuff out.
Do you know why we didn't go on with this? Because I remember saying to you about Einstein, it was clear you think it's clever, you weren't impressed with it. I said Einstein, and you went, this is a quote, you went Einstein, well yeah. Now, I've never needed, you got it wrong, you went, I've never needed MC² in my life, but the fella who made the video recorder, I watch one a week. Right.
That's right.
Brilliant.
And it's the fact that everybody's got one good idea in them, right? Like Newton said about the apple.
Yeah.
I did Rockbusters.
Yeah.
Right? And there was this thing that was on the website.
So they shouldn't be spending money on investigating sort of medical procedures that might help people. They should be spending it on what, Carl?
Well, I found this thing, right, Ricky? Brilliant.
Yeah.
What it was, little sort of mops.
What?
Little mops, like little mop heads.
Like floor mops?
Yeah.
Right.
Fit them on your cat feet. If you've got a cat, if you've got a little cat,
Yeah.
put these little things on the feet, and there was a picture of one, just like walking around the kitchen, like that, looking a bit like that.
Nick,
right?
you can't do looking like that on the radio.
No, well, it's just looking a bit sort of fed up, but he didn't really know what was going on. Walking around, you see like the woman of the house sat in the background having a cup of tea. The cat's there walking about on the kitchen lino, mopping the floor. That's what I put my money into.
Can we get shares in this?
So that's an invention.
How good is that?
Yeah.
Can we get shares in that?
It's good though, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, I'll market that. If so, I'll, yeah, that's amazing. I just like the idea of people struggling with their cat to get, hold on though, wait a minute.
then, I'd say-
what if I had a bad kidney?
Ah, well then it's worth paying $5,000.
I suppose a year, because it would cost a
it's
cleaner that,
working.
wouldn't it?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's loads of other things out there that gets loads
Of
of praise.
course, you can stick a brush in its head and make it go down the toilet. It'll be genius, Carl.
No, but there's you see, you say that, if Newton came up with it, you'd be loving it. And there'd be loads of them out there, and everything, right? That's what annoys
Imagine
me.
Newton coming up with that. Imagine Newton coming up with that, Carl. Think of it.
Well, there's other things that gets loads of praise. Penicillin. Everyone, who came up with that? Who came up with that?
Fleming, was it?
Yeah, so discovered it on a...
Right, I'm 30. Don't think I've ever used it. I've had Nurofen and Benylin. Right, so there's one thing. What's something else I was talking to you about?
Oh, God, you like video. Okay, so video recorders...
Telescope was another thing you seem to think's important.
Well, no, you asked me about great inventors. I know some, and so I said Alexander Graham Bell, the telephone, everything from that, linked from that. John Logie Baird, television, Marconi, the radio. I said Galileo, I was naming you stuff. It wasn't that, I was just saying that I think those things are more important than Rockbusters. I think they're better ideas.
Telescope? Even a telescope?
Carl, play a record, because... There's a website, I must try and find it during this record. It's got loads of inventions, I think you're gonna love them. Vicious from Lou Reed. Always a joy.
Yeah. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington.
Carl, someone pointed me in the direction of this website, and basically, I swear to God, these are real inventions, okay, that real inventors have, applied for patents for, you know, so that they own the copyright.
Why don't I come up with one, a real one,
Yeah.
and then you do that
Well, I
one,
think some
and,
of these-
and Carl has to vote on which think's the better invention.
I think some of these, Carl, you are going to be absolutely excited by. If you love the little mops that go on cats' feet, I think you'll be
Okay,
excited
well, I'll
by
throw
some of
one
these.
up to start with. Have you got one there ready?
Yeah.
The X-ray machine.
Alright.
Oh.
So we've got the X-ray machine on the one
X-ray
side.
machine, Carl. Think of that.
So, you've come to me
It
with this
doesn't need.
idea.
It goes through opaque things. It doesn't need light. It excites. It can. You know, well, we know. You know what an X-ray
So
machine
what's
can do.
happening is, right, I'm sort of head of some business, I've got a load of money.
Yeah.
You're coming to me with an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Steve's coming with me to an idea. I've got, say, $5,000 and
I've come with you. I said, look, I can do transrectal operation. You go, I'm not interested. I said, my cat needs a kidney operation. You go, I'm not interested. Right? I've come with you with an X-ray. Meanwhile, Steve walks in with.
Well, firstly, I'm going to offer you, this is, patent 5571247. You've got the X-ray machine. I'm going to come to you with the self-containing enclosure for protection from killer bees.
Tell me more.
Alright, well, it's like... A self-containing enclosure for protection from killer bees comprising an enclosure formed of a flexible, transparent plastic material, basically that will protect us from any killer bees that might be in the area. Useful?
Yeah.
Don't decide yet. Okay, I'll come up with another one. Refrigeration.
Refrigeration. The combination toy dog and vacuum cleaner. Let me read a bit more, don't judge yet. A toy dog closely resembling a real dog and having a hollow interior in which is mounted a vacuum cleaner having a suction hose which is retractable from the tail end of the dog. This enables vacuuming a dog after a haircut and grooming without causing fear to the dog. Because it thinks another dog is in the room.
Sorry. This is a decoy dog to make the dog not realise it's being vacuumed, thinking it's making a friend.
There's a picture of it.
Carl.
Do you see what we're talking about there? That's a dog that looks... It's a fake dog, but it's like
do you see that why the cat with the mops is on Steve's side, and why sort of X-rays, refrigeration, things that are on my side, and newtons and MC squared as you. Can you see the difference in these can you see the pattern emerging and the difference?
Yeah, but you see, to me,
Which are you impressed by? Are you impressed by the sanitary appliance for birds? I'll have a look at it. It's, if you've got a domestic bird, maybe a budgerigar or something, but you're tired of it crapping everywhere, these are very tiny nappies that go on a...
To come out now.
Oh, what are you thinking? I know you're
Budgie
excited.
nappies or the microwave?
it's weird because
Carl, are you tired of petting your dog or cat? I bet you are. That's why you need this patent pet petter. It is an arm on a piece of wood that will go up and down and stroke and pet your dog for you if you've not got time to do it.
Well, I can only put up interferon, the cancer cure against that one.
Exactly.
yeah, you see, a lot of these things,
These are all genuine inventions.
yeah, and if the time was right, we'd say get them made. Do you know what I mean? If there was a bad swarm in London, I'd be saying get the B-man on,
Yeah.
right?
Well, lose the X-ray machines. I don't care about broken bones for now.
Well, at that moment in time, that would be more important than. Do you know what I mean? We know people have been stung. We don't need to look inside them.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? It's all about. It's like the telescope now. Isn't it impressive?
Sure.
If you want to see something in the distance, get on the transport and go and see it. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to look at things in the distance.
Well, I see
Sure.
what you're saying.
Budgerigars are shitting and pissing all over people's homes.
Could we put these? I'll tell you what, Carl. So it's looking at supernova and trying to find out more about the universe. Its conception and its eventual end.
Forget that, Rick, because I've got the cheese-filtered cigarette.
Oh, now tell me more.
This is a cigarette where the filter is actually made from cheese. Apparently cheese acts as a very good filter for tobacco, so the smoke passes through the cheese, thus you will induce a kind of smoky cheese.
And also, smoking, you know, might make you a little bit peckish, and you can just nibble that, so there's no dog end lying around the pavement. Or budgie shit. It's a cleaner place, and you haven't been stung.
Brilliant. Right, now listen, so that's that done.
Yeah,
We've done that as well.
yeah.
We're running out of time. We've got
Okay.
like 5 minutes left. Winner for Songs of Phrase.
Alright, give us the answers.
Right. We did this at the start. We haven't even got time for the film thing today. Oh. But we'll do that next week. Songs of Phrase. It was a phrase you never see an old man eating a Twix.
I love the fact that we haven't got time. Like, we've had such important stuff, and it's been so jam-packed and interesting. Not that it's been drivel with gaps we could have filled much better.
Yeah.
Don't look at it like that, like, oh.
With his film quiz. Come on.
Oh, dear.
So, Songs of Phrase. You never see an old man eating a Twix. We had to change it to Mars bar. Here's what we had. Jerry and the Pacemakers. Echo and the Bunnymen.
David Bowie.
And the Beach Boys finished up.
Oh, what do you mean I thought that one was? What do you mean? Who's the winner? Oh, it doesn't matter. You got to give the answer. Who was that one you didn't know it was us?
It was Neil Young, wasn't
Jim Crochet, is it? Old Man
yeah.
River, it's called. Jim Crochet. So,
Old Man River?
yeah.
Jim Crochet sang Old Man River? I don't think so. What was it?
Who cares?
Right.
Well, people... I can't believe this. Jim...
Old Man River, it was.
Let's give the prize to...
Jim Crochet wouldn't have sung Old Man River.
Well, let's give the...
Paul Robeson.
let's give the prize to Mitchell Sterling, who has got some of the answers right.
On XFM 104.9.
We'll be playing that great quiz again next week.
Next week. Rick and Gervais with it on XFM Sports. And if you want to send an email, it's rickandgervais.com, or check out the website on XFM's All the Cons. Good night, 3:30. Coming up is Narrow Levine and Stooping Nouns. Placebo, The Bitter End on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me is both Stephen Merchant and Carl, the K-Man, Pilkington.
Oh.
So, you've already got that. That's safe. It's only 4 minutes past. You've had Placebo and you've got us three. So
You're definitely going home with that.
yeah,
whatever
that's
happens.
safe. That's on its way to the hospice.
Exactly, you've banked that.
Yeah. Now, do you want to gamble all that to go on and listen for another 2 hours? Well, you could walk away now and you're up.
Yeah, you're up. You're already up.
Right, that's brilliant.
You have not wasted any time.
Do you want to gamble that against another 2 hours? It might be shoddy, it might go downhill, but it might get even better, Carl. What do you say they do? Listen for another 2 hours?
Yeah.
See, we shouldn't have done that.
We shouldn't have asked Carl, because a lot of them now are already taking what they've got. And what they've got is great, Rick. What they've got is lovely.
Yeah.
They're loving that. They're going to enjoy that.
We have got monkey news. We've got cheap as chimps. That's not the same thing. How many
A lot of
radio
people
stations
do.
have got 2 ape-related simian features?
Rick, can I point out now, a lot of people are making that mistake. A lot of people are thinking that Monkey News is exactly the same as Cheap as Chimps. It's not. Let's keep that clear.
It's not. It's in the same ballpark, but it's not the same.
They're involved.
They're involved. Yeah. We've also got some great music. Yeah. We've got an amusing sketch about a fly. And Mystique is dropping in.
Let's hope the Mystique ladies are coming in. Singing
I want to kick off with a song that is, you know, you've got like half a dozen posing songs that when you're sort of like between 14 and 18, they were the ones you'd put on to get ready to go out, or just pose around, or be that pop star, or think you're on stage, or whatever, or in the video.
Yeah.
And embarrassingly, I dug this out, and I remembered I used to post this like a mother when I was about 14, right? This is Street Life by Roxy Music. You used to do...
Mine was Oops Upside Your Head.
Yeah.
It was just me on the floor in my bedroom. One day there'll be other people in this imaginary pose.
yeah. Elbows going everywhere,
Yeah.
knocking over vases.
But then I remember later, it was Black Lace's Superman, which is something similar. Do you remember that? That was brilliant.
Wow.
Spray, ski, da-ding,
If you've out there in Radioland got any funny jokes, then call in. on
email
it.
them in, because we need some.
Oh. Street Life, Roxy Music off the Stranded album. That's why I used to jump around to.
What would you have been wearing while you were listening to that?
Well, probably Brutus Gold jeans.
Classy.
Or Green Flash pumps.
Sure. Any socks?
Oh, you had socks, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have probably been wearing the shirt my mum got me from Tesco's, which was again a Brutus shirt, and it had women in bikinis eating bananas on a chaise longue.
Lots of small ones, or just one big
lots of little small ones. Yeah, so you know.
You had to toy with the trilby?
I remember when I went on holiday about that time, and I was about 14. My older brother had this leather jacket, and I was on the beach, just in my shorts and that, and I went to get an ice cream or something. I said, "Can I borrow a jacket?" And I put his jacket on, and I was frozen on the beach thinking, they are all looking at me, because I look so good. And I also had a straw Stetson. And I really thought, yeah, I'm turning into quite a man.
Yes, I'm quite a catch.
Yeah. Just thinking again, they're looking and going, who's that dude? Is he American? Hold on, has he just come from, Rodeo?
Wait a minute, I'm in a bikini, and I like bananas. I could be the woman for him.
Oh dear.
What was that? Didn't you have a t-shirt or a jacket or something you wore to university that was pretty classy? Didn't it have like some foul language on it or something? What was that?
Yeah, I had, when I was 18, right, the birthday before I went to, university, got 2 sweatshirts, one black, one red, had bullshit on them. Just on the about. Right, and the red one, all my clothes, the first wash, everything was pink. All my white shirts and my white socks, of course, because I just put it in, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I was a man at university with all pink clothes except for a rather nice red sweatshirt with bullshit on it. Again, turning into quite a man.
Quite the man. Was that pre or post the time you washed your clothes by getting in the bath? And
that was that was the second year when I was had to go and dig at Hall's residence, so I had a bath and you had to sort of like pay for a bath, you know, so I thought 2 birds with 1 stone. I got in the bath with all my white shirts, because I was going through sort of, wearing a white shirt and tie, that sort of, David Sylvian sort of frying pan thing, and Daz, and I just wriggled around in it, washed myself. It's quite a good exfoliant. I didn't do it again because it was sort of not good for the skin. Daz.
Quite sore, is it, around the sort of groins and regions?
Yeah. So there you go, Roxy Music and Street Life. Carl,
thoughts?
I just was working out time really. We've got last week we had a lot of stuff that we didn't manage to cram in,
which was good.
So I'm just looking at, we have got Cheap as Chimps coming. Songs of Phrase.
Oh, we
Another
haven't
chance to
forgotten
win
about
some
that.
stuff.
Why don't we kick off with that so we don't forget it?
What?
Cheap as Chimps or Songs of Phrase or the film thing. We
We'll
just
do
get the
that in
film
a bit.
done.
We've
yesterday.
also got a new feature, Cheeky Freak of the Week.
Incidentally, I should just point out now that someone has Ashley Phillips has emailed in because obviously with